Okay, welcome to this quick video on using Comet browser with Perplexity. So we do offer AI services to help people get listed in AI. That's the advert over and done. So this is the Perplexity. So €200 a year or $200 a year, and it's pretty good. In amongst it, you actually have access to some Claude, Gemini, GPT-5, and to some others as well. So it's good, it's pretty handy. It's become my go-to place for some of the news that I read each day. So finance, it's pretty good. I am not setting it as my default browser. I'm looking forward to Claude bringing out something similar to this during the next few months. So I've not done anything on this one here because I want to show you how it actually works, and I'll put in the prompt in a minute. So you can have the assistant. So you just click up here in the top right hand corner and the assistant will read this particular page. So I'm going to drop in what is quite a long prompt here with regards to finding internal links. So internal links is the bane of my life. If you want a copy of this prompt, just let me know and I will send it to you. So this will take a long time to work through, so I'm just going to leave it to run just now. But what it's basically doing is it's taking this page here and it is searching for internal links. Now it's only searching the sitemap. It's the only way to get AI not to make up URLs, because it lies. It just wants to please us, and when it can't find something to please us, it makes something up to please us. So I'll let that one start running and we can move on to some of the other ones. But internal links are the bane of my life. They're really important, but they take a long time. So I'll let this run. You can see it's going through all of the pages in the sitemap and finding the most relevant ones. So this one is well, might take a while to run, but we can set it off and start it running. So what I'm doing here is I'm giving AI a list of all of these websites, and I'm telling it I need verified email addresses for all of the following websites. Search each website one by one. I'm telling it the email addresses are usually found in the footer, header, contact page or privacy page. I want it to do only 10 at a time because it runs out of context window a lot of the time, and I just want it to go. What I have done here is just say to it, before you start, show me your thinking for this task. So it's done that, and I would normally read through this and make sure it's fine, but I've done this several times with this prompt now. I'm just going to confirm, and there we go. It will now proceed and it will work through that, and we'll come back at the end and see if it's found the email addresses and what it's done. So it actually looks like it's stopped, which is weird. Okay, there we go. It's a way finding them. One of the problems that I have with AI is the unpredictability of it at this moment in time. So it's really good, it's absolutely brilliant for research. Getting it to do something on a WordPress site is really like taking the worst intern who is high and letting it loose on your website. It just makes mistakes all over the place. So I've done a search here in Google for local link building services or service in Ireland, and nice to see my website coming out at the top. So the couple of things turn up here is it's going to say tell me other places in amongst the AI overview. So it's always good to make sure that you're going to get listed in the AI overview if you're not turning up right at the top here. So what I'm asking it on this is list the main keywords used by the companies in this search result. So what I want to see is what are the keywords that are in all of these title tags. And so it's grabbed all of the keywords, as we can see here. And it's a pretty good place to start when doing keyword research. AI itself is not great for keyword research, but it does produce some good places to start. So I would take these and go to my favorite tools like Ahrefs or SEMrush and get more information on each of these keywords and where else we can go with the keywords. Okay, next one. So on this page, all I'm doing is saying review the page for SEO issues, suggest quick fixes and improvements to this page. Okay, so, and it's going through it, it's telling me, yeah, this is okay. It's saying that H1's fine. It's telling me to check the hierarchy, but there's only one problem in the hierarchy on this, and it's right at the bottom of the page before it goes into the footer. So yeah, I know I can add this. PQ structured data, and it's saying if it's not already present. So it's not doing a good job in finding out if the schema is already there. It says the content's comprehensive, quick fixes, make some suggestions. The image tag, core web, yeah, mobile friendliness, come on, seriously. Internal links we know about. It does an okay job if you're a kind of beginner and you're looking at your own website polls. I find this more important than some of these other things, and it's right with regards to the call to action. So yeah, pretty good. So let's look at Google Search Console. Okay, so if I go into here, it's again a really simple prompt. Find and list in a table the top 10 URLs with the biggest click to impression difference. So the reason that I'm doing this is I want to find pages that have got a lot more impressions and can possibly be optimized for much more traffic quite quickly. So if it's getting 75,000 impressions and only 1,700 visits, there's usually a possibility that I can get more traffic here quite quickly. So what pages had an increase during the last 28 days compared to the previous, and it goes away and it tells me what the increase is. So I could be saying what pages had a decrease. Is Search Console showing any errors on my website? What are the most important metrics I can learn from this performance data on search? There's all sorts of questions. You're only limited really by your imagination. do not get it to go and make any changes. It's really unreliable when you want it to make changes. I wanted it to crawl this website because I know this website a little bit, and I wanted it to go and list all thin content web pages. It didn't do it. Simple as that. So I would be doing things like this using Screaming Frog or some other audit tool. So it's telling me that the home page only has 7 main body content keywords. It might actually not be wrong, because this is a blog post, these are blog posts, these are blog posts, these are projects. So yeah, Studio, it's saying it's only got 3 words. So as we can see, it's completely wrong. It misses anything if there's any JavaScript being used on the website, and most page builders use JavaScript. Screaming Frog is going to be staying with me for a long time yet. Same thing for analytics, summarize analytics and list the most important information for me. And it will go away and give me the most important information, where the traffic's coming, traffic's by session, top landing pages. Yeah, so it's pulling some information through analytics from Google Search Console. It's giving me the sources. So ChatGPT, here we go. So SEO is dead. Google has sent 5,400 visitors and AI has sent 291. I am not giving up on Google anytime soon. So there's no Google Ads data, I know. Now, that is something that you can use so you can do the same thing here and just log into your Google Ads account. However, everything in Google Ads is really important, and I'm not prepared to share Google Ads data, on YouTube or LinkedIn or anything, but you can use it for writing your ads, for updating your ads, for analysing your ads, for analysing your click-through rate. It is brilliant for ads and really helpful. So moving on to the next one. So write an email to Leslie at cubesco.ie and confirm our meeting for next week, and logged in to, so it's written the email, it's used my old email address because that's the one that I've given it, put in meeting confirmation, it's written if you'd like me to send a calendar invite for the meeting. So kind of crap if I had already sent a calendar invite, but I can edit this, and I would edit it. Exclamation marks for I'm looking forward to a conversation. That should be a full stop, please. So I can just take that out, and then I can just send, and it can send email, done, and email sent. Okay, there we go. A professional email has been sent. Thank you very much, Comet. So this is one of the bits that could get interesting. So what we can do here is, and I set this up layer, so write a better, more focused, keyword rich, clickable meta title of 60 characters or less. So if I just bring this down here, and if I go to one of these inside here and I just highlight it, so I don't even have to copy it across, and I just put that in, it will write me a meta title. And okay, I think that is going to be better than what's actually going on at this moment in time. And After I've done it once, whatever I want, and just say it again, because I don't want to waste my time. So last mile delivery solutions. So okay, and I'll paste that in there, and here's another one, and all I need to do is type again, and it will do it again and again and again, and it will just keep on doing this. Now I can make my life easier. Oh, so that's good to know. Yeah, so the last thing I want is a URL in there. Yeah, and there we go. And make sure you save all the edits before you move on to something else. So what we've got here, what are the main keywords on this page? So extract the main keywords from the page content. So these are the main keywords based upon the density of the keywords in the page. Can be helpful when you're looking at competitors, but again, we have better tools that we've been using for a long time where we can do this in bulk. So this one's quite nice. You're my content marketing expert. Generate a content brief from the content on this page. Make it detailed and better than this page. And 3 or 4 years ago, before using AI, I would have been delighted with this as a content brief, but AI has now spoiled me. So now I expect better for target audience. I expect more detail on these, but this is good, and it will turn out, if I go and take this and put it into Claude to write, it will turn out a pretty good article that won't need a lot of editing afterwards. But yeah, really handy for doing page rewrites. So if I'm looking at this page and if it has no traffic going to it, yeah, for pages that don't have any traffic, I want to rewrite them and get them a bit more focused than what they are, and maybe this is just the wrong keyword for blog post anyway. So here I've just asked the question, do I have any unread messages on LinkedIn? And apparently I've got 11 unread messages on LinkedIn. So anything that starts dear, I know is not going to be of any interest to me. So it's going to come from India or Pakistan. And I'm afraid when you're doing Dear Leslie or Dear Sir, but yeah. One of the things that it can do is, if you're in the habit of wishing people a happy birthday, you can tell it to go and find people who are in my notifications list that have a birthday today and wish them a happy birthday. It can do it. It's terribly slow, but it means that you can just do it and let it run and go away and go on with some other thing. Okay, so let's go back to this. So and so it's it's given me all of this, but it's used table in HTML. Yeah, so this is one of the problems. Sometimes if I tell it to give me a table, it's going to produce a table on the screen. So that's the first time it's decided to give me a table in HTML. So yeah, thank you very much for that. Local link building, so yeah, so that was the sources. Okay, so found the email addresses. Okay, so it's went away, it's found the email addresses, and so we've got the domain name, the email address, and whereabouts it found the email address. If I was having more of a problem in finding email addresses, I could tell it, if you don't find an email address, find a Facebook page and go to the About Us on the Facebook page. Almost all Facebook pages have an email address. So search is currently in progress, which means it's basically abandoned that one. So, but not too bad. I'll not be moving to this anytime soon. We have other tools like Hunter that are much better for this. So there we go. So how did it do on the links? Sorry, I want to make this a bit bigger. So good. It's found me links. So the first link, that's the anchor text. And so because it's not found the exact anchor text, it's created a sentence for me that I can copy and paste into the code, and it's told me where about after discussing where it is. So that's great. It makes life much quicker to have these and to have the pages. Obviously I can change these as we go along, because I'm going to put these into the site on my own. So I'm going to try one last thing and see if it does it here. So sometimes it does this and sometimes it doesn't. And again, this is one of the problems with with AI. So now it's opening each of them in a different new tab. So I would even go, so let's try this even more. Uh, let's see if it will actually open the pages for editing. Anything to save me a click. So by clicking here, it's fine, it's going to open, but I have to sit and wait for the 5 or 10 seconds that it's going to open. And yeah, is it even to 5 or 10 seconds? It's taking longer than that. What's it saying? So it's working to actually open these, and what it can actually do is open them all in one of its tabs and let you edit, save, and move on to the next one. But again, this is not something that you want to be waiting on. You want to tell it to do the work and then come back. Well, that video's ended up at 25 minutes, which is way longer than what I... Right now, for some tasks on websites and for some research, I think the Comet browser is really good. But again, I'm looking forward to seeing the Claude browser when it comes out during the next few months.